The monetary policy of the country does not support fast building out infrastructure. Don't forget, about 20-30 years ago, most of the infrastructure was built only by government.
Yeah.
Now, quite a lot of it is due to public-private partnership. The moment you get private, then the interest rate is going to look at cost of investment, return on investment. And when you do all that, you will find that people will stop looking at infrastructure as a very good option of investment. Then most of the borrowings, after all, you'll need money, and the money is in India as well as from abroad. Now, if the rupee depreciates like this suddenly, the money from abroad is not a very viable proposition unless the rupee appreciates.
Yeah.
And the rupee appreciation is very important for us. And as far as we are concerned, we must encourage. Quantitative restrictions have been put, no European commercial borrowings, no this, no that. Now, as a result, where's the money going to come for infrastructure? So both, first, quantitative restrictions, second, the system that allows the rupee to appreciate so that money supply will flow into the country. We should be using the funds of the Japanese pension funds and financial institutions to build our infrastructure.
Yeah.
And I think that is now going to be a major cause for slowdown in infrastructure. Then lastly, you must remember that even India has now developed a reasonably healthy equity market.
Yeah.
But it hasn't developed a debt market. Debt market is the most essential for infrastructure development. Everywhere else in the world is a debt market that gives you loans for bonds for 30. We have not encouraged that. In fact, our monetary policy actively discourages it.
But I mean, we've got a larger picture of what needs to be done. But given the situation at hand, there are a lot of projects that are still going on at the moment. So from the bottlenecks that you faced from this project per se, I mean, you have set the ball rolling, so to speak, because this is just first phase of the project. Things will be repeated. So what cues can players or the government even take from the mistakes that we made here?
However, in the meantime, because all this may not happen quickly, there could be some quick things that the government of Maharashtra can do. First of all, decide timelines for making those decisions. Remove the interdependency on the decision making. One of the delays in this project was because we were simply contractors, and every now and then have to take a decision from them.
And that also turns into major cost escalation.
And they are not able to take those decisions. Then those delays turn into major, again, cost escalation.
All said and done, it's going to stand tall in January 2009. Is it close to your heart as well now, 10 years down the line, when you look back and you look at it? Is it close to your heart?
Surely, every way.
Yeah.
It's a project that will be the landmark for Bombay. It's a fine piece of engineering. It's the project probably that we lost the most money on. In every way that it will, it cannot be forgotten. It will remain a memory. And I think it has also taught us and changed the way we work. We realized one more thing, that with all these odds, we're still doing a fine quality job at that place.
On that note, thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Gulabchand. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
So that was an insight into some of the bottlenecks and also some policy solutions that are the need of the hour for furthering infrastructural processes within the country. So let's just rewind and relook some of the important points that were raised during this discussion.
The long journey for the Bandra-Worli Sea Link will hopefully end by January next year, opening up these 4 lanes to commuters and making India's first open sea bridge a reality. But if you're wondering what happens to these other 4 lanes, well, this is the other unfinished link of the ambitious Western Freeway Sea Link, which has a total bridge length of 12.78 kilometers. This project involves 3 bridges that will connect Worli to Narman Point. The first bridge will connect Worli and Haji Ali. The second bridge will connect Haji Ali to Bhulabai Desai Road and finally to Nariman Point. The Western Freeway Sea Link is estimated to cost around 4,200 crore rupees and is likely to take at least 4 years to complete. But it's not just the western side where ambitious projects are being planned. On the eastern side, work has also begun on this 22-kilometer-long Nava-Sevri Sea Link, a controversial project till recently because of the warring Ambani brothers. But now the state government will implement the project to avoid further delays.
Shivdi to Nhava Siva. This is 22-kilometer sea link project with 8 lanes and costing around 7,500 crores. Most probably will start the work of this project by end of this December.
For those involved in implementing these projects, the biggest challenge is to change the rules that award these hugely costly plans. For instance, the government needs to introduce a standard bidding structure and a funding format for these projects. There also needs to be a mechanism to protect the project costs against massive fluctuations on the exchange rate, due to which a lot of companies have incurred rising costs. An active debt market for financing infrastructure projects also needs to be strengthened. And of course, decision-making needs to be faster.
If you compare with we and some of the developed countries like UK and all, where a lot of PPP projects have already been used to fund the infrastructure project, the bond market and the debt market is one of the major source of funding, which is almost not present in India.
Hence, one just hopes that the ambitious plans of these sea links change the face of Mumbai city and ease massive congestion problems for a city that is bursting at the seams.
That's all we have for you in this edition, but until next time when we take you to yet another infrastructure project that promises to change your life, it's goodbye from the entire team of Emerging India.